Okay, hi everybody. If you don't know me already, my name's Darren Wright. I'm this year's Chief Judge for Nestle Talk D'Or. What I'm going to do today is I'm just going to run through the beef cuts that are being provided. So first of all, we've got a beautiful beef cheek, and then we've also got a beef sirloin. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to colour up a little mirepoix of vegetables, seal the beef cheeks off, and I'm actually going to pressure cook them today. This is just the method that I've chosen to treat them. It doesn't mean to say you have to do that for your competition. It's totally up to you how you go about the preparation of your meat. I'm just going to put together an example of what can be done. What I want to do first is I'm going to stick the mirepoix vegetables into a nice hot pan, and I want to get a little bit of colour onto the vegetables because I want to try and get some of that nice flavour. So what the colour will do is it'll, as the vegetables caramelise up, it'll develop the sugars, the natural sugars in the vegetables, and then that will transfer through my beef cheeks when it goes into the pot to braise. So in the mirepoix I just have some leeks, some white onion and carrot. It's really important that we control this process. Obviously the pan's really hot to start. What I'm going to do now is I'm just going to adjust the temperature of the pan, because what I want to do is get some nice colour on there, but I don't want it to burn. Okay, so now that the vegetables are just doing their thing, I'm just going to keep an eye on those while I trim the beef cheeks. Just take the beef cheeks, trim them too hard because I actually want to try and leave a little bit of this cap on. There's a little bit of fat cap and there's quite a bit of silver skin slash sinew that runs through the beef. The whole point of the beef cheek for me is if it's cooked, if it's braised in a wet mixture, a moist mixture, nice and low and slow, or in my case in a pressure cooker, so obviously it's getting a high temperature and it's forcing that pressure into the beef cheek to speed up that cooking process. The result that I'm going to get is actually, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get these tough sinews to gelatinize, and that was going to drive really beautiful flavour. So what I'll do first is just seal the beef cheeks up much like the vegetables, get a little bit of colour onto them, a little bit of salt and pepper, and then into the pressure cooker with the veggies. I've just got a beef stock, a little bit of bay leaf and some parsley, and then it's going to do its thing. I cook these for roughly 45 minutes in the pressure cooker on the highest setting, but 45 minutes to an hour, depending on your pressure cooker, will get the desired result. Like I say, this sinew is really tough. I'm just going to trim it a little bit, not too much at all really, because these are actually reasonably clean already. Just take a tiny little bit of that cap off the top. But like I said earlier, I do want to try and keep some of this fat on there, because that fat will provide really good flavour for me. So now that I've got a little bit of caramelisation on the vegetables, I'm going to take it just a touch further, but you can see already like it's really starting to catch on the bottom of the pan. For me, I'm not worried about that. All I'm going to do is I'm going to seal the beef cheeks in here next, and then once I've done that, I'm going to deglaze that pan with the beef stock, just to really get all those flavours, capture them all, get them into the pressure cooker, and then that will come through in my finished product. So the next step, I'm just going to move on to the beef cheeks now. Same thing again, same pan, nice and hot. The trimmed beef cheeks, like I say, I've trimmed very little off them because they are quite clean. Nice and hot. Hear that sizzle. I'm putting it fat side down because I'm going to try and render that a little bit. Get some nice flavour onto that. A hearty amount of seasoning. Plenty of salt. Okay, so the parsley stalks, a little bit of bay leaf, just going to go on top of that. Okay, so that stock's come up to the boil now. Right, and it's at this stage, I'm gonna put the lid on. I'll bring the pressure cooker up to the temperature. I set it like on the maximum because obviously I want to get this done relatively fast. I know you're under time restraints. For me, these are the ones that we do at work. It takes 45 to 50 minutes for them to be how I want them done. Okay, so now that the beef cheeks have had 45 minutes, just release the steam valve once it's cooled down, open it up. See that the beef cheeks have been nicely cooked. So now that the beef cheeks are cooked, I'll just show you how nice and tender they are. They even just using the back of my knife, it just melts away. And this is what I'm trying to achieve here. So this is the sinew that runs through the beef cheek, and you can see here it's beautifully gelatinized. It's nice and tender. It'll add beautiful flavour to the beef cheek.